Good morning and welcome again to another Making Mondays Matter. It is a rainy Monday morning here where I'm at. It's a welcome rain. We haven't had much rain for the last few weeks, and so it's a welcome shower this morning. I trust that we all had a refreshing weekend and we are ready to face yet another week. Here in Barbados, we are going into a general election this week, and so I just pray that all goes well and we'll come on the other side being better than we were going in, whatever the choices happen to be. This morning, I want for us to reflect on the thought of doing what's right, avoiding what's wrong. Doing what's right and avoiding what's wrong. And I'm not approaching this from, say, a legal perspective or anything that relates to criminality. I'm just speaking about life and our life choices and the things that we know we ought to do and may not necessarily be doing. And in this era in which we are in, as it relates to the COVID and all the challenges that we are having around us, sometimes there's a temptation to take shortcuts, to try to get ahead a little bit faster, avoid steps that we should be taking. And it can sometimes be to our detriment. Take, for example, there are many persons who are being forced into starting their own businesses, jumping in at the deep end. And yes, you are not always in a position to do all the studies and market research and those things that most business development persons would encourage you to do. But what I'm saying to us this morning, don't avoid these basic steps. First of all, if it is something that you are thinking about doing from a business perspective, spend a little time seeing if this is what is required in your market. Sometimes it may be obvious, and so no great amount of thought and time may be necessary there. Think about the things that you would have to do to support that business as it relates to your marketing, as it relates to if it's your manufacturing, acquisition of materials, those types of things that you know will be necessary for going forward. So I'm not saying that become paralyzed by analyzing what needs to be done, but just spare thought. It will save you a lot of time on the other side. It's like building a house without first making a plan. If you go that route, it will become very expensive, one. You may not successfully finish the house, two. And three, it can become very frustrating to any who may be seeking to assist you. And so the right thing to do is to make a plan. The right thing to do if you're starting a business is to do your basic research. Avoiding or neglecting to do the right can result in costly expenses. So let's avoid doing the wrong thing. Let's seek to do what we know we ought to do. And that's what I mean by doing the right thing. And as I started by saying, I'm not talking about legal or criminality. That's not what I'm speaking about. And so let's do what we know to be right. And speaking about elections, go out and vote. It is your right also. So don't neglect it. And whether the person that you are hailing for wins or loses, make sure that you have done what is right. Leave the rest into God's hands. He will take care of it. But as we go into this week, seek to do what you know is right. There are so many persons today, and with the raging Omicron around, wear your mask. It's not going to kill you. Not wearing it might. Wash your hands. Respect the distances between persons. Just do the right thing. And for those of us who are sports fans, especially tennis, we know that Novak would not be defending his title because he didn't do the right thing. And I'm not talking about taking or not taking the vaccine. There are a number of things that when we look at his situation, we see that he didn't follow all the protocols that were necessary and procedures. And again, I'm not speaking about vaccinations. Whether you are pro or anti, that's not the point that I'm making. He went to an interview after he knew he was positive. He didn't declare where he was or that he had traveled to another country prior to coming to Australia. And so he didn't do the right thing and he suffered the consequences. And as a result, we are being denied seeing a great player this week defend his titles. And so as we go into this week, I encourage us, do the right thing. It will benefit you, it will benefit others. So until next Monday, have a great week and continue to do what you know you need to do. And when we see each other again, we will be celebrating the successes that we have had because we did the right thing. Have a wonderful day and see you next Monday. This is David Yates for Living Successfully for another Making Mondays Matter. And for those of you joining me on YouTube a little later, remember to like, subscribe, and share with others so that they too can benefit. Have a wonderful day.